that that was just horrible, man. Like the whole thing about, and I get why people feel this way, and I understand why people say that, hey, it's they truly want to say that, hey, maybe it's a crime problem that we need to address, and I get that there is crime that's happening, but nobody has a stand of, I just want to be evil and commit crime. Nobody actually has that, and I'm sorry. People want to talk about, I don't know, black people having rap music lionize and like rap music and shit like that. But nobody ever talks about how people that are not black idolize The Godfather or idolize Scarface. This motherfucker had a mountain of cocaine, and people think that they're Scarface, or they think that they are the Godfather or the Goodfellas or some shit like that. What is that? The Usual Suspects? These motherfuckers think that they can be the crime syndicate too. But nobody talks about that shit. That idolization of those particular fucking those fucking movies. Nobody talks about how people want to be fucking Gordon Gekko from Wall Street. What's up, X? So let's go to another video. And this is a yeah, American exceptionalism, right? So let's go to another video. Now this video we're gonna go to is one of those guys, those red pill guys, and talks about how, oh God. Okay, so shoot me if I ever become so bitter and lonely that I become one of these guys. Because man, in Minecraft or in Player Unknown Battleground. Let's watch this cat.
I want to make an animation.
Okay. All right. I had to be on my feet as fucking Player Unknown Battlegrounds. All right. So Better Bachelor. I think this is Better Bachelor. Yeah. So this guy Joker, he, like all good like incel and red pillars, he actually spent time outside of the US. And okay, so I've been watching anime since I was a fucking kid. I am somebody who, yes, and to call back to somebody else's stream yesterday, I watched Sailor Moon before school. It was fucking awesome. And Dragon Ball. And what was it called? Monkey Magic? Yeah, I watched that shit when I was younger before going to school, or in some cases even recording the shit. That was my fucking early childhood. But I never fetishized the girls in the Asian countries. I never actually wanted a fucking servant. But these motherfuckers, like this red pill motherfucker, actually thinks that these demure, subservient women are the ideal, and then for some reason, Western women are fucked up. So let's hear him talk about this shit. Okay, I am going to speed him up because this is quite a long video. Just a little bit. So let's continue.
Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. This is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print.
See, and this is the bullshit that I hate. Like, dude, stop. Stop. Like, I don't give a fuck if you don't like the way I look, how to like the way I sound. I'm never gonna tell you I'm fucked up looking. I wouldn't even use it as a joke because it doesn't make any fucking sense. If you want to be taken seriously, well, you better think that you're the best motherfucking salesman of you that there can be. But motherfuckers like this, God damn it. I just don't know. And it's okay to be self-deprecating, but to a point where you like this and you have this bitter attitude about shit, come on now.
You know, I was going through some old photos and things like that earlier today, cleaning up my hard drive, and I was getting ready to empty it out so I can download some movies and put it on my hard drive. So when I'm
Dude, you don't have to download the movies from Pornhub. You can actually stream them to your PS4 or computer. Oh shit, I think I'm speaking too much. Let's continue.
traveling, I have something to watch when I'm out of Wi-Fi range or if I'm out of cellular range, because that may happen a lot as I boondock. And, you know, I came across some photos of some of the girls that I dated when I was in Southeast Asia and Iceland and Ireland and Kiev. There were.
Now, mind you, people who watched my channel before know, like, I recently did a video with Coach Red Pill. Coach Red Pill was talking about how women in third world countries are a little bit more feminine because reasons. And yeah, like, because they know that they have to be super feminine to get that male. Now, notice he actually mentioned Kiev, a country that has a lot of recovering to do because of what happened with, you know, the Soviet Union. And then you hear him talk about, you know, the Nordic countries and shit like that. But let's let him talk.
I think I went out with about, I don't know, maybe 10 women about around in the year that I traveled around the world and did 36 countries. And only in some of them, like Peru, I think, did I actually jump on Tinder and look for some casual dates. In Thailand and in the Philippines, I ended up meeting some women that I dated for a full month. So I would go to Thailand first, and I dated a girl while I was there for a month.
Now, I'm not going to make the obvious reference of he went to Bangkok, not ban pussy. Like, of course, the Hangover 2 did that joke. But, so, if you don't know, he's actually said it before. He's actually stated it before. Where he says, yo, I only date a woman for a month and then I have my fun with it and I'll be done. And that's why he threw that arbitrary time frame of, well, I dated him for that month because quite literally, he can't go past 4 weeks without somebody getting tired of him, or he getting or Joker getting tired of them. And yeah, it has to be. Well, it don't have to be a month relationship. In what world is it that is a problem for you, but you also have an issue with being a MGTOW or red pillar? The fuck? Let's continue.
And then my visa was up, so I went to the Philippines and I stayed there for a month with another girl until my visa was up. And then I went back to Thailand and I dated a different girl for a month there, and then back to the Philippines for a month there. The reason why I stayed so much time in Southeast Asia is, number one, the food was amazing. I had so much fun. There was so much to see. And I did not get Laos and Cambodia and Vietnam in during my travels, but that's going to be my next lap whenever I do that.
So, bear with me. I mean, like, this is the epitome of just like, I don't know, like, so this is what privilege is, right? Privilege is saying that, hey, I can travel across Southeast Asia and not have any issues. And I can just do it on a whim. Most of us don't have that luxury. Now, it doesn't matter if it's because of kids, it's because of quote unquote poor financial advice. Motherfuckers like him actually believes that, oh no, you should just be able to do it. Without understanding, fucking life doesn't happen that way. But of course, you know, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and clean up your room, right?
But the whole point is that most of them were 2 and 3 dates, maybe 4 dates when I was in an area, except with the exception of Southeast Asia. And those girls were amazing. They were fine with staying with me for a month, and were happy treating it like almost treating it like a long-term relationship, but in short term, meaning they didn't need a lot of time to get comfortable. We had a lot of fun. They were happy to kind of cook and do what you'd traditionally think of as a kind of a traditional role in a relationship. And they even paid half their way. So
you had a live-in girlfriend experience, and you think that is good? Like, you really think you had a live-in girlfriend experience for a month, and you think that is good? Like, how broken are you? Like, there are people, like, except for my ex, I literally can be friends with a lot of women that I've slept with, and it's been longer than a month knowing them and shit like that. How broken are you where you can only tolerate another human being for a month? Like, for real. Let's continue.
As I was looking around for an interesting story, I came across one from nowife.com, which I thought was kind of an interesting website. And they had a couple articles that I thought were interesting. Tonight I'm going to read from one that says, only marry foreign women. Now, I'm going to have to disagree with this, obviously, because I don't think you should get married at all. But I thought it'd be a fun read for us and something to bring up some interesting conversation.
I wish I had a YouTube video where I could just sit back and read, like, just like sit back on a bus, because like I'll give it to him. He literally is making him a little tiny house with the butt made out of bus and shit like that. And like I fucking give it to you. Like, that's actually cool. And what I want to do, I still wouldn't want to live on a fucking bus. I need 4 walls and a fucking roof. Mobile home, I don't know, but I can't live on a bus. I'm sorry. Too many bad memories on CTA in Chicago of being in buses. So fuck that.
So first, they say here, only marry foreign women. Now you understand why U.S. men prefer foreign-born women. They treat us better, respect us, appreciate that affection we show them, and acknowledge our efforts to provide a better life.
Wait, I'm sorry. If you're watching in the chat, or if you have literally watched this video on play, how many guys literally have had respect and appreciation from women? I know I have. It didn't always stay, but that's a factor of, pretty much interview. Like, when you're in a relationship for short terms, you are in interview fucking territory. You are literally in territory where it is job interview, like, for the most part. And then people start showing you who they really are. And also, to be honest, a lot of people don't deserve continued respect because they don't treat you with continued respect. Hence the thing where I don't think that my man's here. I think that's the reason why my man's here doesn't actually, stay in relationships longer than a month. But let's continue. White men enjoy foreign women.
I do know this much from, again, casually dating women in Southeast Asia. They do treat you well. And it was never about, so many times, at least I thought.
Okay, they're still part of a culture where it is okay for women to be subservient. But that shit is changing. The more global and the more interaction that is being done throughout the world, because the world culture is becoming so much more homogenous, where 20 years ago we didn't have the influence of anime that we have in the fucking West. Like, motherfuckers didn't know who Goku was 20 years ago, but now he has a motherfucking blimp in Macy's, the Macy's Day Parade. But cultures are becoming more homogenized, and also, people are becoming more and more educated, and the quality of life, although it's been taking a turn for the last 6 months or so, is becoming more and more universal, where people are becoming more educated in knowing, instead of living as serfs off the fucking land, they're just becoming better. And that shit won't last. I am telling you, that shit won't last. And also, for my anime like people, we know what a tsundere is. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Thought it was they like older men because older men, whether they're Caucasian or whatnot, older guys have money, and they were kind of in it for the money half. But I was really wrong.
So you're telling me that, literally telling me that a lot of the reasons why they act subservient to you is because they want your money and because you're an older man? That shit don't sound right, dog. Because you're not being appreciated for who you are. You're just being appreciated because you got money. And God, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Stopping so much. But let's continue.
Wrong. And what I came to find out is they like foreign men because they're foreign, and that a lot of the Filipino men, just, I guess, either they look at Americans or Europeans as a good catch, just because a lot of
Wait. Whoa. Hold on. Did I just hear what I thought I heard?
and that a lot of the Filipino men, just, I guess, either they look at Americans or Europeans as a good catch.
Yeah, I thought I heard that. I think you need to actually yeah, I guess it's too late to go back and change this, but dog, it didn't actually sound what you were trying to say, but it sounds as if you were saying Filipino women, which is a fucking derogatory term because you're just making all Asian women seem like that. But yeah, in a general sense, there is a culture of subservience for a lot of women in those cultures. It is changing. It is definitely changing. But it is also that, America was seen as a powerful empire at one time. I don't know about that shit now. And it was a status symbol. And as much as you're talking about, you know, Southeast Asian women actually fetishizing men, American men, you're kind of doing the same thing to them just because they're foreign. What do they say? Who was it that said strange pussy? Like, was that George Carlin that was saying strange pussy? But it's like it's just something different, and people are attracted to the different. Even if it's worse, they're still attracted to the different. But let's continue.
Just because a lot of their what's the word I want to look for,
Exactly.
their influence, like television and commercials and things like that, are often spoken in English as well as the native language, and so you kind of have a little bit of an advantage. And number two, they like older men because older men are more mature.
I doubt that older men always equal more mature. I doubt that. Why? Look at your YouTube channel. Fuck, look at my YouTube channel. Shit. Pot meat kettle. Like I was just saying. But the thing is, guys, and I'm gonna be very, very honest with you, this just sounds completely fucking horrible. This is just like I had a good dinner tonight, and this is just turning my stomach because, like, he hasn't addressed the article. He addressed a little bit part of the article, and yeah, of course, I'm doing bluster, and he's probably doing bluster, but it's almost as he's fetishizing the fact that he held power over somebody because you know he did, and that's not how this shit works, dog. Let's continue.
I thought it had to do with money before I got there, but come to find out, it's not always the case. But the women that I dated both in Thailand and in the Philippines, or I should say both places, all four women were very happy to cook. They were very happy to do the grocery shopping. They were happy to clean the dishes afterwards. And even when I said, "Hey, if you want to cook, I'll do the dishes," they were, "No, I have."
Like, I don't think he gets it. that it's almost as if he is getting a servant instead of actually somebody who actually would like and enjoy his company. And I'm sorry, I couldn't have a servant like that. I'm sorry, that's some shit that I just don't see myself actually enjoying me having a woman as a servant. But let's continue.
I'm happy to do it. The kitchen is not men's work kind of thing. And so I ended up.
Wait, did he just say like? Oh, okay, I get it because I paused it at an awkward time. He's saying the kitchen is not a man's work type of thing, and motherfucker, like this is a shit that kind of pisses me the fuck off because it's just a perception that you know men can do men can be treated like kings in some of these cultures and that women are the servants and that doesn't do anything but actually like play to a perception that women are less than men in these cultures. Yeah, and I actually
I was treated very much like a guest.
I cooked myself now.
And that I didn't have to, I only paid my way for things. I didn't have to pay both of our ways. But they were happy to do kind of the traditional womanly things. I felt a little guilty. I didn't really have to chip in too much, which was kind of nice. But one thing I did notice, though, is they treat men, at least, again, I can only speak to my circumstance. I know some of you may have other experiences. But for me, they treated me great. Like, they were respectful. They were kind. If they gave me a little bit of a crap test and annoyed me, I'd just walk away.
And see, this is the power he wants to have over people. Like, and I don't get it. I don't get the whole thing about needing to actually seem like I'm a fucking king or some shit like that. No, I'm a fucking god on a wonderful adventure of knowing how the fuck I am. That's what it is for me. But these motherfuckers, they have such poor images of themselves that they need to feel like a fucking king. Well, let's continue.
And that quickly changed the tune, and there were no more tests, and there was no more crap. So I'll continue on here. It says, a huge percentage of American women are selfish, flighty, insecure, needy, and psychotic, and quite capable of concealing those traits during the dating phase. White career American chicks are the bottom of the barrel marriage-wise. I don't know. I can't really speak to that. I certainly wouldn't say a huge percentage of American women are like that, but I think that there's a large enough percentage of them that make dating a risk. I don't know if I still have this page open. Let me see here.
Okay, guys.
Okay, yeah. Wrong thing to actually skip to. All right, so yeah, I actually PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I don't know about it. I think I'm gonna actually switch to another game. Fall Guys. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, like let's continue.
Yes, right here. We're number one. The USA now leads the world in rate of single mothers, and this is from CatholicCitizens.org, where it says we're number one.
So he went from an article talking about how selfish women are, which makes no sense because literally women have been told that they need to bring equal footing and they need to actually just be strong and all this other good shit. And then they are expected also to be mothers and caregivers and like not to have an opinion. But then he jumps to another bias motherfucking, piece from, what did he say it was?
Let me see here. Yes, right here. We're number one. The USA now leads the world in rate of single mothers. Speak to that. I certainly wouldn't say a huge percentage of American women are like that, but I think that there's a large enough percentage of them that make dating a risk. I don't know if I still have this page open.
Like, he is literally going around collecting pages to show how bad women are. And if this isn't incel MGTOW bullshit, I don't know what is. Now, if you ask me, are women selfish? I would say yes, because women are people and people are fucking selfish. Are women bad? Yes, because women are people when people are bad. But I'm just not going to just call out a specific gender expression all because I'm pissed about it. No. Fuck that. People are shitty all the way around. There are good, there are bad people, and there are just all around shitty people, and there are all around good people. But that's just to point it out because, oh, this person won't sleep with me, or oh, this person won't treat me like I want to be treated in some kind of way, then that's a fucking issue that you have with you, my friend. But let's continue.
Let me see here. Yes, right here. We're number one. The USA now leads the world in rate of single mothers. And this is from CatholicCitizens.org.
CatholicCitizens.org. I wonder what they would actually feel about women and single parents and all that other good bullshit. But let's continue.
It says we're number one. The USA now leads the world in rate of single mothers. Pew Research recently compiled some data on single-parent homes worldwide. As I've already given away in the title, America is first, and it's not even that close. Here's more from the Hidden Americans. United States tops the world when it comes.
Wait, why would you name your site the Hidden Americans? That is literally sounds like an alt-right site. Like the Hidden Americans, the silent majority and shit like that. That literally sounds like an alt-right site. And maybe I'm fucking wrong with this, but dog, it don't sound as if they want women to be anything other than traditional family caregivers and all that other good shit. Dude, like, your sources are fucking iffy. But let's continue.
Comes to raising children in a single-parent household. While there's been great economic growth in the U.S., it has an epidemic with parents not staying together and raising their kids. While many kids are born out of wedlock, over 70% of divorces in America are initiated by the wife. Those are stats we know. But interestingly here, and this is from Pew Research again. This is a new Pew Research Center study of 130 countries and territories. Shows that U.S. has the highest rate of children living in single-parent households. Almost a quarter of U.S. children under the age of 18 live with one parent and no other adults, which is 23%. More than 3 times the share of children around the world who do so, 7%.
So, okay, people live in a single-family household. What the fuck does that have to do with anything, dog? Like, really? Why is that bad? The only thing that you can actually say is it's leading to an epidemic of people being more alone and people being more lonely and things of that nature. And the fact that we are squeezing ourselves to the point where we don't know what to do because of so much stuff of work and trying to keep us entertained and busy because we're trying to divert away from this shitty ass existence that we have. That is causing fractures in the family where you know what would stop a lot of fucking problems is actually making sure that we have a social safety net, be it with a livable wage, be it with better childcare, be it with just overall making sure people are a lot more healthy where we ain't listen to these motherfucking stupid ass conservatives where they're just like cut, fuck the poor, fuck all of this. That kills me about it. That kills me about every conservative talk about. They want to go back to the traditional family. Well, in the traditional family, one income can actually make sure that people were taken care of with a good fucking life. But we don't have that anymore. We have it where people are literally working themselves to death. But let's continue.
In comparison, 3% of children in China, 4% in Nigeria, 5% in India live in single-parent households in neighboring Canada.
So here's the thing. He said India, China, where it has literally was an issue where, you know, wives were owned by their husbands. The fact is, he doesn't see that shit. He doesn't see that shit. that he is praising countries where wives were literally owned by their husbands. And up until recently, it was a stated policy of the Chinese government, well, recently, relatively speaking, of a one-child family. But let's fucking continue.
Canada, the share is 15%. But the point there being that women initiate divorce a lot more often here, and they're given custody a lot more, which shows that society is very much leans towards benefiting women more than men.
So cool, great. You know how to fix that? You know how to fix the fact that, hey, women get custody more of children than men do? Stop requiring women to be the primary caretaker of the fucking children. Stop actually just saying, well, women are the caretaker and they're more caring. You know, if we actually killed that perception, like the feminists fight for, there would be more of an understanding of the fact that, hey, maybe women don't have to automatically be assumed to be the better parents. Maybe. But motherfuckers like you stand in your own way. But let's continue.
And we know this here in the United States just based on social culture right now. As far as being the bottom of the barrel marriage-wise for American women, the part I can agree with is, again, you have a 50% chance of divorce, and it gets higher. Second divorces are 60%. Third divorces are or third marriages, I should say, are 70%. And again, you lose a huge percentage of the ability to father your kids. In other words, single mothers are like 85%. So it's not.
How did he get 85% from this? I am so confused. How did he get 85% from that? Like, most people don't get married 3 times. I'm sorry, my friend. Your points sound bullshit. Well, let's continue.
Not a really good statistically wise if you want to go with marriage or long-term dating to go with an American. They continue on. Foreign women from South America, Eastern Europe, and Asia are at the top. Only guys who travel, in other words, guys who are successful and ambitious enough to travel a lot, find these. But they never, ever go back. I kind of have to say I do agree with that. Like, after dating a couple of Filipino girls, after dating a couple Thai girls, after dating a Malaysian.
Like, notice he said, like, and I want to make sure I draw this attention to this. He said successful guys. Now, that could mean that he understands that a lot of the guys who are successful, oh, what trophy did I get? They have this perception that people should just bow down and listen to them because I'm successful and fucking worship me. So of course you're self-selecting for this whole bullshit. Like, I don't think he actually understands that he is being the problem that he. I don't know. Like, he is literally being a problem that he's complaining about how people actually deal with shit. But let's continue. I'm trying to actually get something up. Shit. Anyway, let's continue.
Girl, they were nothing but awesome. Like, they didn't give me crap. They were friendly. They were kind. And again, in a short-term relationship, this may change, but they knew I was only there for 30 days. I told them all that. I said, look, I'm here for 30 days, and then I'm moving on. And not one of them had a problem. They had no expectations. They said they wanted to keep in touch after I left, which I have with some of them. And one of them I still talk to. She says, hey, I'd love, if you come back this way, I'd love to hang out with you. So that's a good sign. But again, I don't know how the long-term dating is because I'm just not.
So notice this shit, like, it really doesn't make sense to me that, like, he needs this whole thing about oh, well, I need short-term dating, and like it's just like I can't get over this whole thing of just like maybe it's because of what I expect out of a woman. Maybe because I feel like intimacy is more important than just busting a few nuts. I'm sorry, that's just me. And quite frankly, I can't, man. I just can't. Because I need this intimacy and just me having a handful of orgasms, although it'd be great, is not as important as like actually connecting with somebody. But who am I to actually judge, right? I'm just a reasonably maladjusted person. But let's continue.
Not into long-term dating. But as far as short-term, there's no comparison. Like I will say that also the women in the Ukraine and especially in Kiev were very nice and were beautiful and were friendly and were a lot of fun to hang out with. The difference is they're extremely reserved and they weren't into fooling around or any of that in a short-term relationship. They'd go out on dates and have fun and you could get to know them, but they were only interested in long-term relationships. In Southeast Asia, casual was just fine with them, especially with an American. It says foreign-born women living in the U.S. are the next best. They get married early. They are highly sought after by American guys for their wifely skills. Any woman who has the ability to.
So, like, damn, it sounds fucking creepy because literally it's something just inherently sounding creepy to me because it just sounds as if you're not marrying a person that you can have a partnership with. You want to actually just marry a servant. And I'm sorry, I don't know how people are so down with that shit. Me personally, the fuck, dude, did y'all really like knock me out the way? Me personally, I want to have a partner, not just some walking life support for a WAP. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's quite dehumanizing to just think that, oh yeah, I just want you for the month. I guess you can say it's better than wanting somebody just for the night, right? Fuck. Let's continue.
To be a wife better than your average American chick who knows nothing about being a wife. I disagree. Because number one, if they are here and they are foreign born, you're going to be competing with a lot of guys. They're going to get a lot of attention. They're going to find that they're going to do just like every other woman does, which is shoot for the most attractive and the best well off. So I have to disagree with that. Here's a story. I knew a guy from who was Hungarian who tried for 15 years to find a half decent woman to marry. He's a doctor, by the way. Finally, after 8.
Okay, the fuck out of. Look, I'm to be honest with you. I don't care if the woman that I'm dating is a doctor or a CNA. Like, it depends on how our heart is, how our mind works, not whether or not like if she's like rich and she can actually be my sugar mama. Damn, do I want to actually sugar mama? No, I wouldn't want a sugar mama. I'm gonna say that. I wouldn't want a sugar mama. But if it was a woman that really, really liked me, and I'm just updating the stream info, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. I've updated it. If it was a woman that really, really liked me, I don't know. I don't know. But she got to have an awesome personality. But let's continue.
Weirdo U.S. chicks. He went back to the old country to find a wife. The people there were lining up women for him to meet. He's a rich American guy. They're considered the best husbands in the world. He found his lovely wife. She's a total gem, and he's happy as hell. 2 kids.
Oh, God. If American husbands are considered to be the best husbands in the world, what is the standard of the rest of the fucking world? Like, ooh. Let's continue.
Happily ever after. Again, I can't speak to this, but I thought you guys would find this interesting. That all I can say is that the women were much kinder, much sweeter. They were, I hate to say this, but it's true. They were slim. They were fit. They watched what they ate.
Yeah, if they're in a poor country, they've got to definitely watch what they eat. Like, he didn't name any countries where it is an abundance of actual how do I put it? It is an abundance or excess in our case of resources. And yeah, of course you are in a culture where like again, women are seen as in some cases playthings to men and like dude, if that's what you need to be like I'm done with this cat. Like if that's what you need to be to feel like a man or appreciate as a man, dude, we think you need to actually you got some mommy issues. I'm sorry. I just can't I can't knowing that I can't have this whole I need a servant bullshit. I'm sorry. But you know, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy in particular. Because he just reeks of just poor self confidence. And so let's go on to another video.